The animation toolbox contains a range of curve filters here. Each of course has its own function and its own settings. However, there are certain controls here on the animation toolbox that are common to all or many of them. First of all is the channel selection here, which allows you to tell the animation toolbox which channels to operate the filter on or not to. Secondly, the curve filter will be applied to selected items as per the selection set panel. And lastly, there are these apply and reset buttons. For some of the filters, after you actually work the filter itself, you have to click apply in order to finalize it. This is done for a certain reason, and let me demonstrate that quickly. Here I have a camera that's just slinking around side to side with the motion baked. I'm going to use the smart reduction filter here, which we'll explain in another video, but for the meantime, let's just do some reducing. As you can see, as I run the reduction filter, the number of keyframes gets reduced, and whilst you can see here the curve which is the result of the filter being applied, you can also see in the background the curve as it previously was before the filter was run. Even though I've clicked OK and come out of the tool, this is not yet set. I can at this point choose to either apply the change or reset and go back to what it was previously. One reason this can come in handy is this. Let us say that I reduce the key curve to this sort of level here, and you can see here this straight line where the new curve is deviating from the old one, and of course you can see where these nice rounded edges have been cut off. What I would like to do at this point is to see if perhaps this is too strong a reduction, or perhaps I can do something manually to it. So if I set all of these to TCB, then we see, okay, I'm getting a much better match for the curve now. The same over here, and I can do some TCB editing there to see if I can get it as close as possible to the original curve. I can do the same here on this Z channel, tweaking my curve settings to see if I can get it as close as possible to the original. If I can, then I can say, okay, brilliant, I've got a wonderful reduced curve that still fits the previous curve, and I can now click apply. The previous curve is removed and the new keyframes are locked. As we go through other videos and we explain each of these in detail, you will see which ones need to have the apply reset done, and for which ones, of course, the different channel selections apply for also. But do keep that in mind when working with the curve filters. Simply hitting OK on the curve filter control doesn't always finalize the filter edit. You will still have the option afterwards to make further changes and then either apply all of those changes or reset the curve back to where it was previously.